Welcome to Jesse Watters Prime Time tonight.
I'm not on trial, no matter how hard you try to put me on trial. It is a lie. It is a lie.
Fannie and the lover boy in the hot seat. The Trump Georgia case falls apart.
They spied on my campaign. They spied on my campaign.
There's no real evidence of that.
Of course there is.
No.
It's all over the place.
Obama and the CIA caught cooking the books. Brand new bombshells.
Whites are psychopaths. There's no discussion about the delusion and the perversion of whiteness.
Happy DEI Thursday. Plus,
Happy Valentine's Day!
Merry Christmas. I know it's February. Happy Black History Month. But today we were given a gift. A gift we didn't expect, but a gift we deserved. The woman responsible for Donald Trump's mugshot appeared in a Georgia courtroom today for a hearing about whether she should be disqualified. Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis, who's charging Trump with election interference, hired her lover to prosecute the case, paid him hundreds of thousands of dollars, which he used to take her on romantic vacations, foreign and domestic, and didn't disclose the relationship to anyone and didn't report any of the gifts he gave her at all. When Fannie and her lover, Nathan Wade, were caught, they both lied to the court about when the relationship started, saying they started sleeping together after she hired him, and also claimed Fannie paid Wade back for all of the trips. But right as the hearing began, their entire defense blew up when an eyewitness, Fannie's longtime friend and employee, testified under oath that she saw Fannie and Wade going at it.
Did you observe them do things that are common among people having a romantic relationship?
Yes.
Such as, can you give us an example?
Hugging, kissing, this affection.
All before November 1st of 2021, correct?
Yes.
That alone is grounds for Fannie's disqualification and destroys the Trump Georgia case for at least 2 years. So Fannie and Wade's lie didn't even last until lunch. But as the hearing went on, we witnessed a hilarious display of some of the most preposterous lies and behavior that have ever been displayed in Fulton County. Fannie's lover boy took the stand and immediately got Alzheimer's.
Did you go to a cabin with Miss Willis ever?
Ever?
Ever.
No.
You've never gone to a cabin with this?
No.
So Loverboy got off to a slow start. And then he admitted he was going over to Fannie's condo all the time before she hired him, but not for sex, for documents.
Isn't it true that you would go to Miss Willis's house in South Fulton County occasionally?
I've never gone to her house in South Fulton County.
You've never gone to her house in South Fulton
I've never
County?
seen her house.
You've never gone to a condo in either the East Point or Hapeville area with Miss Willis?
Wait, that's different. I have gone to a condo in Hapeville.
You would have been there, as you indicated, for many reasons, right?
Yes. Miss Yurdi resided there. Went to visit her. Maybe went to talk about a document that I received.
You would go to the condo to talk about a document that you received?
Absolutely.
Were any of the other attorneys visiting Fannie's condo, reviewing documents? No, just Wade. After Fannie paid $700,000 to prosecute Trump, Fannie and Wade traveled the world together. How did they pay for these romantic trips together? Wade put it on his corporate card. But don't worry, Fannie paid him back. They say, in more ways than one. Their story is Fannie reimbursed her lover with cash.
You said in the affidavit that you roughly shared travel, though, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this roughly sharing travel, you're saying she reimbursed you?
She did.
And where did you deposit the money she reimbursed you?
That was cash. She didn't give me any checks.
And so all of the vacations that she took, she paid you cash for.
Yes, ma'am.
And you purchased all of these vacations on your business credit card, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Cash. How convenient. Now, I've met a lot of businessmen over the course of my career, and I've never encountered anybody who puts all of their romantic vacations on their corporate card and has their boss, who they're sleeping with, pay them back in cash and then deduct it as a business expense on their taxes. But Wade is a different breed. Wade says his law practice is mostly a cash business.
She was very emphatic and adamant about this independent, strong woman thing, so she demanded that she pay her own way.
Do you know the source of the cash?
Just that, out of her pocketbook. Yes, sir.
You don't know where she obtained the cash?
I didn't ask her.
And the whole time that she was paying you in cash, you never said, hey, why do you have this amount of cash?
Why would Mr. Sadal, in my practice, people come into my law firm all the time with cash. I never question where they got it.
So the lawyer who's allegedly saving democracy by prosecuting a former president, an unprecedented case in the history of the United States, is a personal injury attorney who runs a law practice where clients regularly walk into his office with briefcases of cash, and he doesn't ask any questions.
Did you go to the ATM with her?
No, sir. She didn't go to the ATM. She carried the cash.
Oh, and so she would give you the cash. Did you have a little place in your house where you just stack up all this cash that you apparently got to repay you for these benefits that you bestowed on her?
And Mr. Gillen, if I answered that, I'm putting myself in jeopardy. If I tell the world that I have cash someplace in my home, don't you think that could be problematic?
All right, so who in the world would tell the world that they have cash at their house? More on that later. Now, after Wade had been totally discredited, Fannie's attorneys tried to prevent Fannie from being called as a witness. When out of nowhere, Fannie rumbles into the courtroom in hot pink and demands to take the stand.
And then suddenly he's changing. She files her financial declarations.
Did you meet with Mr. Wade and talk to him about the motion that I filed to disqualify you?
On January, this first January motion?
Yes.
I don't know if you could say talked about. I probably had some choice words about some of the things that you said that were dishonest within this motion. So I don't know that it was a conversation. As you know, Mr. Wade is a Southern gentleman. Me, not so much.
For the next 2 hours, Fannie was a hot mess, flailing and filibustering.
I'm not on trial, no matter how hard you try to put me on trial. I'm not a hostile witness. I very much want to be.
Not so much that you're hostile, Ms. Willis, it'd be an adverse witness. Your interests are opposed to Ms. Merchant's.
Ms. Merchant's interests are contrary to democracy, Your Honor, not to mine.
Has he ever visited you at the place you laid your head?
So let's be clear, because you lied in this. Let me tell you which one you lied in. Right here. I think you lied right here. No. This is the truth, Judge. And it is a lie. It is a lie.
Now, after the judge admonished everybody, Fannie admitted she and Wade had been dining out together for years before she hired him.
Maybe I went to his office once or twice, but maybe once.
And the purpose for going to his office would have been what?
Maybe we would have went to Mellow Mushrooms for pizza, or maybe he would have come for lunch. I'm sure we went by each other's office, though, but not often, not a lot. We both grinded.
Oh, grinding. But they went to more than just Mellow Mushrooms. They went to Latin America, the Caribbean. And this was the part of the testimony where Fannie was able to exhibit her intellectual credentials. Credentials that you'd expect the DA prosecuting the former president to have.
You also said that he was a world traveler and had been on many of the continents.
I've been to 6.
Have you been on any of those continents with him? Besides this one?
Where's Belize? What continent is that? I'm not being funny. I don't know.
Let's say, with the exception
I've been to Belize with him. I've been to the Bahamas with him. I've been with Aruba with him. Don't embarrass me. I'm not sure what continents those are on. Whatever continents those are, that's where I've been.
Okay, Aruba's in South America, Belize is in North America. She sounds like she's on the streets getting quizzed by Johnny. They also went to Napa together. All of these trips going on Wade's business card. So what's Fannie paying for?
I paid for a bunch of stuff. I think we did 2 different wine tours that you do, which are pretty expensive. I think I bought him. He likes wine. I don't really like wine, to be honest with you. I like Grey Goose. I bought him a bottle of wine while we were there, and the sippings that you do, they would pair champagne, chocolate, and caviar. It was a 3, and it was like 3 different things: Sweden, Russia, someplace else. I'll make that up. But that was the most expensive thing. That trip did not cost me a lot of money. I might have took like $750 in cash on me because we weren't gone very long.
The Fulton County DA is eating caviar in Napa while she's prosecuting President Trump. And her boyfriend paid for the flights with taxpayer money. Where'd Fani get all the cash from anyway?
I always have cash at the house. That has been, I don't know, all my life. If you're a woman and you go on a date with a man, you better have $200 in your pocket. So if that man acts up, you can go where you want to go.
Where did that cash originally come from, if it didn't come out of the bank?
Cash is fungible. We've had cash for years in my house.
The money that you paid Mr. Wade, the cash, in October of 2022, you do not know where that money came from.
I do know where it came from. It came from my sweat and tears.
So the top law enforcement officer in Fulton County, Georgia, just announced to the world that she keeps stacks of cash at her house. And she carries wads of cash with her to Belize, wherever that is. So Fani proves she's not street smart or book smart and can't show any ATM withdrawals to prove where she got the cash to pay back Wade. Now, Wade testified that he went to Fani's condo to look at documents. Is that true? What else happened?
Yeah, I'm sure he came to visit. I can remember us going, I think the restaurant's Lickety Split. I can remember him picking me up, going to Lickety Split and ordering some food and coming and sitting at my table and eating. So I remember times that he visited me at that condo.
Ah, yes, Lickety Split. Gotta love that place. Rum raisin, rainbow sprinkles, the best. Now, at this point, the media had seen enough.
This is getting ugly and it's getting messy. And my guess is it's not going to get better.
It's about lying to the court. It's about potential financial gain on the part of Fani Willis. The issue is that her credibility is shot. It's a horrible, horrible look for her. I think this case is dead in the water. Fani Willis lied to the court. It's game over for her. She will be disqualified.
Probably a bad idea to have 2 sleazy lying lovers waste taxpayer money on romantic vacations while prosecuting the president and then concoct the most unbelievable cover-up in Georgia history. But what do you expect when the jury forewoman was a giggly Wiccan?
What would your reaction be if the DA decides against bringing any charges after what you've seen?
I will be sad if nothing happens. I will be frustrated if nothing happens.
And if it was just a perjury charge?
I will be happy as long as something happens.
These cartoon characters don't have the pedigree to be in the same courtroom as the former president. But remember, this isn't a Fani and Loverboy scandal. It's a Biden scandal. The Loverboy, Fani, Alvin Bragg, Jack Smith's team, and New York Attorney General Letitia James have all been meeting with Biden's White House counsel, Biden's Justice Department, or with Kamala Harris. The Biden White House is overseeing the prosecution of his political rival. But just like everything Biden oversees, it's falling apart.